1.
Rabies, caused by the rabies lyssavirus, is a deadly viral disease that affects mammals, including bats, by attacking the central nervous system. This virus has a unique structure with a single-stranded RNA core surrounded by a protein coat. Bats, natural carriers, spread the virus through bites or saliva. The virus enters through a bite wound, infects muscle cells, and travels through the nervous system to the brain, causing severe damage. The bat must defend against this pathogen through its innate immunity and adaptive immune responses. As you can see, the mouth and the saliva, the virus enters through the mouth and the saliva, but it can also enter through the nose. When the rabies virus enters a bat's body, its innate immune system quickly responds. This is the body's first line of defense, a fast but non-specific response designed to slow the virus down before it spreads too far. So this is a visual representation of the virus entering the body. Let's say the wings of the bat got bitten. So here's a wing cross-section. The virus has entered the wing cross-section. Eventually, the virus enters the bloodstream in the circulatory system. As the virus begins to spread through the tissue, specialized immune cells called macrophages act as first responders. Macrophages continuously patrol the bat's body, searching for signs of infection. When they detect the rabies virus, they recognize its surface patterns, mark it as an invader, and engulf it through phagocytosis, trapping it in a vesicle and breaking it down using lysosomal enzymes. Phagocytosis helps remove some of the virus, but it's not enough to stop the infection entirely. The virus is meant to spread quickly, and some virus particles manage to escape, moving deeper into the bat's body. The red beads represent the virus particles, but the green beads are the healthy cells. Dendritic cells play an important role as messengers between the innate and adaptive immune systems. When they detect the rabies virus, they don't just attack, they collect viral fragments and travel to the nearest lymph node to activate the adaptive immune response. However, before this activation, the body needs additional reinforcements. To slow down the virus, macrophages and infected cells release signaling molecules called cytokines. These chemical signals trigger inflammation, increasing blood flow to the infected area and bringing in more immune cells to help fight the virus. Cytokines are also causing fever, a natural response that makes the body less hospitable for viral replication. Also, the eyeball thingies, those represent the immune cells. One of the most powerful cytokines released during a viral infection is called interferon. These are released as a warning signal to nearby healthy cells, instructing them to activate antiviral defenses. These defenses include inhibiting viral replication by disrupting RNA translation, enhancing antigen presentation to improve immune recognition, inducing apoptosis in infected cells to prevent viral spread, activating immune cells like natural killer cells and macrophages to target infected cells, making it harder for the virus to spread. Overall, buying time for the adaptive immune system to prepare a more targeted response. That light blue bead right there, that is the representation of the interferon. The natural killer cells are specialized immune cells that roam through the bat's body, searching for cells that have already been infected by the virus. Once a natural killer cell detects an infected cell, it releases toxic molecules like perforin and granzymes. Perforin forms pores in the infected cell's membrane, allowing granzymes to enter and trigger apoptosis of the infected cell, preventing the virus from replicating further. So the pink discs are a representation of perforin, and the yellow crystals are the granzymes. The innate immune system is fast, but it isn't perfect. The rabies virus has evolved strategies to evade these early defenses. It spreads through nerve cells where it is harder for immune cells to reach. This is why the adaptive immune response is needed to fully eliminate the virus. Fortunately, the dendritic cells have already delivered the message to the adaptive immune system. Soon the bat's body will launch a highly targeted attack, producing antibodies that can specifically recognize and fight the rabies virus.
The rabies virus spread, the adaptive immune system activates, unlike the fast-active but general innate response. This immune response is slower but much more specific and effective.
Go.
Cytotoxic T cells search for and destroy infected cells by releasing molecules like perforin and granzymes, which leads to apoptosis and prevent the virus from spreading. The yellow ones are granzymes and the purple ones are perforins. At the same time, helper T cells, which is the tiger, release signaling molecules called cytokines. These chemical activates B cells to multiply and produce virus-specific antibodies, which is the cubes. When the B cells are activated, they undergo clonal expansion, which they multiply and differentiate it into plasma cells. They produce a lot of antibodies, which they recognize and bind to the rabies virus. These antibodies neutralize the virus, preventing it from infecting new cells. Once the antibodies have marked the virus, macrophages and other immune cells recognize and engulf these virus antibody complexes, clearing the infection from the body. Some bats can generate a strong enough immune response to eliminate the virus before it causes fatal damage.
Due to the bat's effective immune system, the bat is completely healthy and rid of rabies virus. When a bat survives its first encounter with the rabies virus, its immune system doesn't just reset and forget. Instead, it adapts, learning from the experience and preparing for future threats. This is known as immunological memory. When the bat first encounters the rabies virus, naive T cells encounter the antigen, they are activated and they differentiate into cytotoxic T cells and helper T cells, which fight off the infection. After the primary response, they do not die, but turn into memory T cells. An antigen-presenting cell presents an antigen fragment and the MHC molecule complex. A helper T cell binds to the complex and promotes secretion of cytokines. An antigen-presenting cell presents an antigen fragment and the MHC molecule complex. A helper T cell binds to the complex and promotes secretion of cytokines. B cells with the same receptor internalize the antigen displayed with the MHC molecule. The activated helper T cell binds to the B cell and activates it. The B cell multiplies and differentiates into plasma cells and memory cells. The memory B cells are represented by the yellow beads. These memory cells are what fights the rabies virus faster and stronger in case of reinfection. Memory cells are special long-lived immune cells that remain in the bat's body for months or even years. They possess B cell receptors on their cell membrane, identical to those on their parent cells, allowing them to recognize the same antigen. Upon re-encountering the antigen, memory B cells rapidly proliferate and differentiate into plasma cells that produces antibodies, leading to a more effective and quicker immune response. These antibodies flood the bat system much faster than before, binding to virus particles. At the same time, memory T cells also become activated. Unlike the first encounter, where it took days for the T cells to multiply and recognize the infected cells, these memory T cells are ready to attack within hours. They release toxic molecules like perforins that make pores in the infected cells, and granzymes break down proteins, forcing the infected cells to self-destruct, stopping the virus before it can replicate further. This rapid, highly efficient response means that in most cases, the bat never even experiences severe symptoms. Bats have the ability to fight off rabies, but if they're exposed to the virus, they can get extra help through passive immunity. This means giving them an injection of ready-made antibodies that immediately start neutralizing the virus before it spreads. Vaccines are another powerful tool. By introducing a harmless piece of the rabies virus, the bat's immune system learns to recognize and destroy it before a real infection. A bat's immune system is its best defense against rabies. Using a mix of quick responses, targeted attacks, and even extra help from vaccines or antibiotic treatments. While some bats can fight off the virus, rabies is still a serious threat. Understanding how bats and other animals battle infection helps us find better ways to protect them and ourselves from this deadly disease.